Donavan Randolph. I'm a director and cinematographer based out of Washington, D.C. And now you're watching What's the Motivation? So my perspective on the DMV scene is a bit different. It's a different view than what people may assume. As a DP and working as a filmmaker in the DMV, obviously to pay the bills, you find yourself doing all types of film work in general, whether it be weddings, corporate stuff, music videos, filming some type of live event for a branded content, things like that. In the DMV, it's not really that big of a music scene. It's people that do music here, of course, but it's not as big as you would expect, like New York or Atlanta or LA, like where you literally that's all you do. Like, hey man, I'm just a music video director. Here you find yourself dabbling in everything, And since we're in the DMV, obviously Washington, D.C., our biggest thing here is corporate work. Like, you find yourself doing a lot of sitting interviews and things like that, doing a lot of sitting interviews. And when you're doing those are cool, those pays the bills, Obviously every filmmaker you probably talk to, you may have a few that just want to do music videos, but majority of them want to be in narratives and things like that. Narratives here in the DMV, the scene isn't that big. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Being in a small community and things like this, it could actually work in your benefit. Because if you get your name up and work hard, your name is going to be the first thing people look up. So if anybody comes from out of town saying, hey, I'm looking for a cinematographer, I'm looking for an editor, I'm looking for this, your name is there, because you put in the ground hours and everything like that. And so now people coming to you to do these services because you put in that work. And since the community isn't as big as LA or Atlanta or New York, your name can stand out. And so if you do decide to move down to one of those bigger scenes, your name is already big enough to kind of handle that competition that you're getting ready to face going to a bigger town or a bigger scene. Projects I've been working on. So I don't know if I can say this one, but I have something coming up pretty soon that I DP'd, coming out pretty soon. We started filming 2019. It's pretty much close to finishing in post-production now. Just a few little pickup shots here and there, things like that, but that's almost done. And that's a feature film. I don't know if I can say too much about it, but I'm gonna just say that I can say as much as I did on it. But stuff that I can't talk about, obviously I got some music videos coming out. I worked with, based off the pandemic and everything, everybody kind of have to, come and be more creative. As filmmakers, it's nothing new for us. We already know, everything is never ideal. So, being able to be creative. But I worked with, it's like a stage, like they do stage plays, in Annapolis. Instead of them doing a regular stage play, they decided to make a feature film based off the play Macbeth. But this time the little twist is, instead of it taking place in, I guess, whatever time Macbeth takes place, like the 1200s. Don't quote me on that, I don't want to sound stupid. But they made it into like the early 1800s, around the Revolutionary War. So it was nice to be able to DP that. That was pretty cool. That first period piece, being able to see the type of limitation that you had to do with lighting, because back then they didn't have electricity, so kind of have to figure out how you're going to hide the light, how you play it as candlelight and things like that. So learned a lot off of that one. And then just a lot of music videos coming out. Recently I did do some stock footage for Storyblocks. They contacted me. So if you guys are looking for some stock footage or something like that, just go on the Storyblocks. You can see my whole collection there, Donavan Randolph, and whatever you guys download or anything is obviously supports me. So go give that a check out. And then man, I just been kind of doing that, got some stuff on the back burner that I'm trying to plan on doing. So right now it's still in the planning phases, so I don't want to say too much, but I got some stuff in the back burner that I'm kind of like working on in the kitchen cooking. So be on the lookout for some stuff from Don to Cinema, most definitely.